Yo, my guys, what is up? Welcome back to Brute Strength Day 334. And I'm fucking back doing full range of motion hand and push ups, full damn reps, even pause that you can see at this with this rep. But not every rep is good, which is fine. Um, but I did find it much better than I thought it would be, even though at like half the reps I would fail. Often I would also fail the kick up because it's just weird kicking up on this higher elevated surface where you need to use more power than usually. I figured out that one of the better ways to kick up, or probably the best way for me to kick up with this, where I could feel the most control, was by doing an chuck kick up. So a chuck kick up is where you keep your legs bent close to your body. It worked much better for me than using a straddle kick up. But one of the things that annoyed me was that I failed easy reps like one you saw before, where I push up easily and I should just be able to keep the balance, but end up falling over for some reason. And I still believe I would have a lot easier time doing this on a wooden box, like the ones you would see if you search for handstand push-ups by Andreas Movement on YouTube. You'll see that when I got 5, 6, and so on full reps, I was standing on a wooden box where I could kick up from the same surface, like not an elevated surface like this one I had to kick up to, but one that was on the same height as my hands, and it didn't have anything poking up, etc. So I think it's just much easier. But I still believe that as long as I get better on this, it's gonna carry over. So I don't have any worries using this. The level is just gonna be lower compared to on the box. But if I get better on this step box, I'm also gonna be much better and on an easier surface to do it on. And also I'm 30 kilo heavier, so it's really good to know that I can still nail this. One of the other things about the full range of motion handstand push up, which I also believe that I've mentioned many times before, is that to me it's much more technical balancing aspect on the eccentric. That is where you'll see the legs kind of move apart and the losing balance thing already beginning to happen. On the way up, it's mostly never happening, and then it happens at the top as you get all the way up, usually from a lack of pushing with one shoulder or opening too much when you're coming at high speed, which forces you to fall, get over balance, or when you're not pushing enough with one shoulder, you then fall to that side. And maybe it's not because you're not pushing enough. Maybe it's because you are not getting the proper elevation of the shoulder blades that you need. So, I mean, if you can learn to have full control doing a fast eccentric on handstand push-up, I think you're getting a long way. I know that sounds contradicting. Like, how are you gonna have full control when you're doing a fast eccentric? Like, isn't a control eccentric a slow one? What I mean by having control doing a fast eccentric is the ability to keep the legs together and not feeling like you're gonna lose balance on the way down. And if you can do that, it's gonna give you a much better ability to transfer the power from the hole, if you can call it that, in the bottom, as like you do in a squat, up to into your hands and push up only concentric as you push back up. I really think that hands and push up is just like the upper body squat, because if you think about it, it's like the same mechanics. You're using your triceps to extend your elbows. In the squat, it's a quads to extend your legs, to extend your knees. You're using your shoulders and traps to push with your and extend your shoulders. In the squat, it's your glutes you're using to extend your hips. So it's very, very similar. And I don't know also if you're using the hamstring for, like you're using the hamstring for stability in a squat. Maybe you're also using your biceps for stability in the handstand push-up. I have no idea about that. But I think that if you're gonna want to get really good at handstand push-ups, the minimum frequency have to be 3 times a week. And right now, it's not like my main goal. It's just something I do to have fun on this one day where I'm doing like accessory stuff. And it is a lot of fun, even when I'm not living up to my own expectations, you could say. It still feels quite good to know that even at a 103 kilo body weight, I'm still able to do handstand push ups because I know that it's not really the perfect build. Ideally, I probably want to be below 90 kilo if I were to really have great circumstances for doing handstand push-ups. Now, while I've been rambling about handstand push-ups, the rest of the training have been going on, and I've set some good PRs. I managed to get 13 reps with full stack plus 5 kilos in the single arm pull down, and this is getting extremely hard now to the point where I don't know if I can get 14 reps the next week, but I'm probably going to try, and we will see what is gonna happen. If I can get that, I'm gonna deload the week after, and then I'm gonna go for 15. If I get that, it would really surprise me because I mean my pull-ups are very stagnating, and I haven't gotten that much heavier. So like, have I really gotten 10% stronger? I don't know, man. Like, it would indicate that I've gotten 10% stronger compared to when I did the full stack just for what, like for um for 15 reps. So yes, 2 sets of 13, a set of 13 per arm, then 3 sets of 6 per arm, so a ton of volume. Then 4x4 Nordic curls, standard volume, 3x8 dragon flex. The hardest thing I've done by far with dragon flex in terms of like the difficulty, not the highest volume, the highest workload, but in terms of difficulty with form breakdown in the last set, definitely the hardest. But it's gonna be exciting to see what kind of strength gains that can carry with it to the next week when I'm hopefully fully recovered. And then I was supersetting the dragon flex with pike stretching as I'm trying to regain the flexibility in my hamstrings to make the Jefferson curl an easier task. That's gonna be all for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all. Peace out.